If you want to grow mushrooms but have no idea where to start, this is the video for you. After growing mushrooms a bunch of different ways, I've realized that most beginners don't fail because the hobby is too hard. They fail because they try to learn too much at once. So I'm going to break mushroom growing into 5 simple levels, starting with the easiest possible method and working up toward the deeper parts of the hobby. Each level adds one new layer to the process, so by the end, you'll know where to start, which mistakes to avoid, and how to move forward without making this harder than it needs to be. Let's start with level 1. To begin this journey, we want to keep things focused on one single skill. That's why level 1 is growing from a ready-to-fruit block, also known as a mushroom grow kit. You can buy these kits online, and they're basically a fully colonized block of mycelium with the food it already needs inside. So all the real prep work is done, and your primary job here is to help the block produce mushrooms. That's it. And even though that might sound almost too simple, this level requires learning one of the most important skills in mushroom growing: fruiting conditions. What it basically amounts to is, can you keep the block humid enough, give it enough fresh air, and harvest the mushrooms at the right time? This skill matters so much because mushrooms are living things and they don't always follow a perfect recipe. If the block is yellowing or looks really dry, it may need more humidity. If the mushrooms are growing long and skinny, they may need more fresh air. If nothing is happening, it may be too cold or it may just need some more time. So instead of worrying about grain sterilization, contamination, and a bunch of other steps all at once, level 1 lets you focus solely on learning to read the mushrooms and give them exactly what they're asking for. And don't sleep on this step, because although it may sound really simple at face value, it can be super exciting and rewarding. On day 1, you'll cut this box open, and within just a few days, there will be actual mushrooms growing out of it. Now, if you truly don't care which mushrooms you grow first, oysters are probably the easiest place to start. They grow fast, they're aggressive, and they're pretty forgiving. But if another mushroom is what actually got you excited, start there, because the mushroom that keeps you excited is probably the one that's going to keep you engaged long enough to actually learn. So I guess my advice would be, pick a mushroom you like, find a grow kit for it, and learn the fruiting conditions for that specific mushroom. Once you've had a successful grow or two from a grow kit and you feel like you understand fruiting conditions, the next question is, can you actually start the grow yourself? Level 2 is about learning to use an all-in-one grow bag with a liquid culture syringe. In level 1, the block was already colonized and ready to fruit, but with an all-in-one bag, the grain and substrate are already prepared for you, so now your job is to add the mushroom culture. For this step, you'd order an all-in-one bag and a liquid culture syringe. Then you will inoculate that bag, which basically just means injecting it with the liquid culture you purchased. And in case you don't know, liquid culture is just living mushroom mycelium suspended in liquid. It's how I start most of my personal grows. Once you inject it, the mycelium starts spreading through the bag, and eventually the whole thing should turn white. That's how you know the bag is colonized and ready to fruit. But this is where clean technique starts to really matter. When I first started, I thought wiping everything with alcohol and hoping for the best would work. Unfortunately, I was giving bacteria and mold the opportunity to sneak in before my mycelium had a chance to take over. So level 2 requires learning the basics of clean technique: clean hands, clean tools, and limiting airflow while you inject your bag. This is where something called a still air box can help a lot. It's basically just a plastic box with armholes that gives you a sort of semi-protected workspace, so the air isn't moving around as much while you're working. If you're trying to save money, you can just flip a clear plastic container upside down and cut a couple holes in it. The key point here is that you're no longer just helping a block fruit, you're starting the grow yourself. Once you can inoculate a prepared bag, the next question becomes, can you build your own grow? Level 3 involves using pre-made grain spawn with your own simple substrate. At this level, you'll start with grain that's already fully colonized. That means the mycelium has already taken over one of the most contamination-prone parts of the grow. So instead of starting from a syringe like we did in level 2, you're starting with mushroom mycelium that's already strong and growing. At this point, you know how to inoculate, you know how to fruit. Now your job is to prepare a bigger environment and food source for your mycelium. So instead of buying a full grow kit or an all-in-one bag, you're buying colonized grain spawn and mixing it with a substrate. Substrate is basically the material your mushrooms are going to grow from. That could be straw, it could be hardwood pellets, it could be coconut husk. It just depends on what specific mushroom you're trying to grow. The grain mostly gets your mycelium started and helps it spread. This substrate is what gives it more space, more moisture, and depending on the mushroom, more of the food it actually needs to grow. This is yet another reason why I really recommend starting with oyster mushrooms. They grow really well on simple straw, and straw can be prepared so easily. You don't need any special equipment. Other mushrooms, on the other hand, like lion's mane or shiitake, usually grow better on hardwood-based substrates. The substrates often need to be sterilized, so they'll require an instant pot or pressure cooker. That doesn't mean those mushrooms are impossible or off limits. It just means that they add sort of another layer of difficulty. At level 3, the goal is not to learn every possible substrate. The goal is to learn how to match a mushroom with a basic substrate, prepare that substrate, and mix it with your grain spawn. Moisture is probably the most important element of this level. If the substrate is too dry, the mycelium will struggle to grow. On the other hand, if your substrate is too wet, it increases the odds that bacteria can move in and turn your grow into something that looks and smells like a crime scene. Once you can grow from colonized spawn, the next question is pretty obvious. Can you make the spawn yourself? Level 4 is where you stop buying pre-sterilized grain and start making your own grain spawn from scratch. Once you master this step, you're pretty much a full-fledged mushroom grower. This is a pretty big step because up until now, someone else has largely been preparing the more contamination-prone part of the grow for you. But at this level, you're choosing the grain, hydrating it, loading it into jars or bags, sterilizing it, and then inoculating it all yourself. This is where a pressure cooker or instant pot usually becomes pretty important. Grain is full of nutrition, which is exactly why mycelium love it. Unfortunately, mold and bacteria love it too. So if the grain is too wet, not sterilized long enough, or handled carelessly after sterilization, the grow can fail before you ever even get to the fun part. And this is why I would save this level until you can successfully perform levels 1 through 3. There are just too many places where you can make a mistake. When I was new, grain spawn kind of confused me because it looks so simple. It's just grain in a jar after all. But that jar is basically the engine of the entire grow. Now, if you can make healthy grain spawn, the possibilities really are endless. Once you can do this reliably, you can take a grow all the way from a syringe to harvest. And for a lot of people, that might be enough. But if you're anything like me, you'll grow a few batches of mushrooms and then find yourself wondering, could I collect those spores? Could I make my own liquid culture? Could I clone this mushroom? And this is where things become dangerous because level 5 is where mushroom growing goes down a rabbit hole. Level 5 is not exactly a step that any beginner needs to rush into. It's more like the world that opens up once the basics become second nature. This is where you can start learning agar, cloning mushrooms, cleaning up cultures, saving genetics, building your own little culture library. Maybe you can even take a mushroom from the grocery store, clone a tiny piece of it, and turn that into a full harvest at home. And this is where the hobby starts to feel almost endless. But this is exactly the trap that too many new growers fall into. Yes, all this stuff is awesome, but if you haven't learned fruiting conditions, clean inoculation, substrate prep, and grain spawn yet, more intermediate work like this can make the hobby way more complicated than it needs to be. So I would think of level 5 as the thing you can look forward to if you're compelled to continue learning. It's like the reward for learning the basics, and trust me, once you grow a few mushrooms successfully, it will start calling your name. It's so important to understand this hobby requires a lot of patience. You don't need to learn the entire process on day 1, and in fact, I don't think you should try to. Start simple, grow some mushrooms, make a couple mistakes, and then add the next skill. Like the saying goes in surfing, the best surfer is the one having the most fun. I think the best beginner method is the one that gets you your first real harvest and makes you want to grow again. Now, if you're feeling confident and want to start an easy grow, check out this video right here where I show you how to grow oyster mushrooms in plastic gallon jugs using cheap materials and no fancy equipment. It's still beginner friendly, but it lets you build your own grow instead of using a kit. That's it for today. Thanks for watching and happy growing.